Oh, everything's on. Right, hello. Yes, this is the Retro Bear back with a gaming video. That's unusual. We don't do many of these around here lately, do we? No, thank you very much indeed for tuning in. If you were expecting to see Commodore Corner, I'm sorry, but the next episode has been delayed by just a couple of days. Reason being is, I've got something very exciting here because I've been waiting for this to arrive for quite some time, and there's a story behind it. Welcome back to the gaming pantry. The great bit is it looks reasonably tidy here. There's a big pile of crap everywhere. Honestly, it's getting ridiculous in here now. It really is. I'm going to have to sort of build an extension or something anyway. Let us first of all, before we start, address the game in the room. And we are watching off my Xbox, off the emulator. This is Virtua Racing Deluxe, the 32X version. What a fantastic game Virtua Racing is. If you've never played it, then you haven't lived. Apologies for anybody who has epilepsy. That may just have triggered off a reaction. I'm not quite sure what happened there. But yeah, great game. Really, really great game. Recommend you track it down. You can get it on the Mega Drive. You don't need a 32X. Obviously, a lot of money to spend. Hope you're well. Thank you very much indeed for being back here. Said special video. It could be a special video to bump the Commodore stuff to next week, hasn't it? It's got to be something special. What I've got here is a box. We love boxes. We got loads of these. I have taken the parcel tape, cut it, because one, it's much easier to do that off camera, and two, there is a very good chance, you know, sharp objects and me do not mix. There's a very good chance there will be blood everywhere. Might get me more viewers, I don't know. Man dies live on camera unboxing, so I don't know. But I've been waiting for this for quite some time. It's a catalogue of my own fault, really. It's come from a man who I can only describe as salt of the earth. There are words that we use to describe him, but I think they're the words that we just need to find something a bit different. Yeah, we've got a Sega game on the background. We've got a wall behind me. I mean, who else could I be talking about? Yeah, Sega Zombie. Very, 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 very long-awaited package. Like I said, there's a few cock-ups with this. Scott put up some stuff on Swap Shop a few months back now. I said I'd have it off him, and then I took ages to pay him for it, and then he was going to send it to me, and then he forgot all the other parcels he sent out apart from this one went out. It's been a bit of a catalogue of disasters, really. This stuff probably should have got here in February if I'd, one, had a PayPal account set up, and two, had been far more proactive about it. So entirely my fault. But Scott, true to his word, hung on to the items for me. Won't reveal what I've paid for them. We don't do that. And he sent it through, and this is just, yeah, I've been waiting for this for ages, so I'm really glad it turned up. And I got a message yesterday to say, he said, oh yeah, all the other parcels went apart from yours. I forgot to give it to them, so they picked up yesterday to have it today. So it's arrived today. So this is like fresh. Mrs. Bear texted me at lunchtime to say you got a parcel arrived. Brilliant, didn't expect this. This is all sorts of good. It's all sorts of good, because I know some of the stuff in here, I think I can remember, possibly, I don't know. Yeah, so there is stuff here which I'm waiting for, which is great. So, and I think it's a few different things. So I know there's some Spectrum stuff in there. I think there's possibly some Wii stuff in there. Possibly some Amstrad stuff as well. I think that's from Amstrad. I think Amstrad on not the last Swap Shop, the Swap Shop before. I can't remember. There may be other stuff in there as I've asked for. Which I got no idea what's coming out. So it's all rather thrilling, isn't it? It's really, really good. So yeah, this is the box. As you can see, it's a heavy weight to it. Well, obviously you can't judge the weight on that one. You know, it's not Weigher Vision, is it? They've not invented that yet. So I don't know what's in here. This is all rather exciting, isn't it? So we're opening the flaps up. Ah, there's a letter. What? Oh no. Oh my god. Did you know there's always been a rumour there's one cock on this channel? Well, there appears to be two now. Look at that. That's a very, very good diagram, Scott. Have you done that yourself, mate? Jeez. I wonder if that's going to get me more viewers. Oh my god. It's got very neat handwriting. Right. Well, this is a bit of a shock. Congratulations, Russ the Retro Bear. That's me, just in case you were going to. I hereby inform you of your coronation as the 3rd ever YouTube King of the Community. What the hell? I find it fitting to pass this great honour to you for your outstanding and constant content, as in, i.e. I've got nothing else better to do but put videos out, live streams and podcasts. So as per royal instruction, I am passing on this burden bestowed upon me by the founder, Mark Burnt Out Culture. Your reign can last as long or as short as you like, just pass it on to a fitting victim. P.S. Your hugs, your hugs are now royalty. Oh, great. Everybody wants to hug me. I don't know what that is. I'm fat and hairy, I think. Probably that's what it is. Yours, His Royal Highness, King Sega Zombie II. No word of a lie. No bullshit. That's exactly what she's... now, I suspect, Scott, you've got Jade to write that for you, because that's far too neat handwriting, mate. I must be honest with you. That scribble down the bottom, mate, looks a bit more like you, I think. But yeah, wow. And what a... I mean, did Jade draw that? I don't know. That's weird. Yeah. Wow. So I'm now king of the community. Oh my God. If you don't know what I vaguely remember he mentions Mark Burnt Out Culture started that back in last year, summer last year, and I think he gave it to Dainster because all the wonderful stuff Dainster did last year with the lockdown streams and keeping everybody sane and amused, all those sort of like long dark days that we had back in March to June last year, and indeed obviously what Dainster's done since then, carrying it on in the 2 further lockdowns we've had. And I can understand why Scott's was then passed that honour, because Scott is this year's YouTuber of the year. You know, he's got a fantastic channel. His dedication to what he's doing is fantastic, and you know, a lot of us know how, you know, he's had a difficult time to get to where he is now, and to overcome all those moments and times to establish him now as somebody who's looked upon as an absolute sort of you know, a figurehead of what we do. So to pass this to me is really taking a lot of shine off it, because oh man, that is brilliant. Oh shit, 'cause, you know, I don't usually swear, but oh shit, yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously I've got my old YouTuber of the Month award up there from sort of, when was it, 2019, I think, the month before Scott won his first one. So what else we got in here then? Because I didn't even see anything else in this box. Oh wow. So we've got an official Sega Zombie t-shirt. Brilliant. I should be wearing that to work tomorrow. I think it's in size L. Oh, that's great. Oh, Black Short XL. I think yeah, wow. Oh, you did, yeah. I did think it was strange you asked me for my t-shirt size a few weeks back, I must be honest with you. I wasn't quite sure if you're sort of like building a profile on me and stalking me, but no, that's great. Wow, look at that. Oh man, I'd get myself some of those, my own design on, but I'd probably just wear them all the time myself and see if anybody could see I'm wearing a t-shirt with my own face on it. I've done that with a mug. I've got a mug with the Retro Bear logo, my face, and I sat there on like live streams, sort of like chats with my dad over Skype, and he's not once he twigged I've got my face on the front of my mug. Brilliant. Oh man, Scott, thank you so much for that. That is brilliant. Wow. Ah, there it is. There it is. So what he's on about, the YouTube King of the Community Award. So there we go. That's what he's very kindly sent me. Credit to Mark for putting together this really fantastic piece of plastic. It's what a great idea that was. And like I said, Dainster was fully deserving of holding this for a while. Scott as well. I can only hope that I can add to the prestige of this and do it justice. And to everybody out there, you know, this could be passed on to you. So I shall, obviously I have to pass it on, whether I decide to hang on to it for a few years, or whether I can now take this into the chip shop and demand free chips. This is just brilliant. Do you know who I am? Do you know? One day maybe, but yeah. So yeah, I will have to pass this on one day to somebody. So yeah, but I'm you know, I'm going to put this. Where am I going to put it? I'm going to stick it there, and people see it there. There we go, next to the label remover. Yeah, that's brilliant. Isn't it? Oh my goodness! I haven't got anywhere deep. I'll start building a trophy cabinet at this rate. This is a. I've never won anything in my life, and I'm just knocked sideways by that, because I know people keep saying it to me over and over again, and how much respect people have for me and what I do, and I'm always very sort of modest and say, look, I'm just some, you know, old bloke in front of a camera every few days just talking random crap. I mean, I've probably talked about 15-20 minutes so far, and I've shown you a t-shirt, you know what I mean? This is what I do. But oh man, wow, thank you so much, thank you. I'm not going to cry, I should do it afterwards. Right, so we've got some games. There are some games in here. This is great. This is what we're here for. Oh wow, there's lots of stuff in here. Should we do the Wii stuff? Because I think it's right by the front. So I just, problem with this microphone, it just sort of dangles there, as things tend to dangle in front of you, and they're sort of in the way all the time. So I'm just wary if I lean down too much, I'm sort of catching it on the end of my beard. So trying to be a bit more careful. Right, so we've got some Wii stuff. So let's oh, I forgot I asked for that. Right, so obviously some quality Wii titles here, which I think he gave away on one of the very first early episodes of Swap Shop. So we've got the Littlest Pet Shop. This is great. This is all the Wii tats that I love to have. Oh, what have we got in there? That was a flyer. I thought it was something rather exciting. That's the inside of it. There we go. And there's the back of the box. So a Littlest Pet Shop on the Wii. There we go. Now, I know my good friend Martin's got this one. Didn't Martin ever do that video about him singing? We may have to do a duet. My First Songs. Which is full of nursery rhymes. Alphabet Song, Bar Bar, Black Sheep, Hickory Dickory Dock. Itsy Bitsy Spider. Oh dear, oh dear. It's a bit dirty on that. There we go. I'm going to get a quick run over the cloth on that one, but yeah. I don't know, how did... I can probably guess why he ended up with a copy. I'm not sure. I've never actually seen a copy of this in the flesh. Probably for good reason. But that will definitely go in my dubious cover collection. Oh yes. Now we all know I do like a sing-star game, don't we? So this is actually a PlayStation 2 title. I do like a bit of a sing-song. I do like sing-star, so I've got Sing-Along with Disney. There we go. Don't think that's a particularly cheap title to be giving away, but that's brilliant. Look at that. I think you like the old Disney songs, you can sing them. I think the only reason that he sent me this, I get to read out song titles. So we've got Cruella de Vil, A Whole New World, Beauty and the Beast, Bibbity Bobbity Boo. He's a Tramp, that's probably quite appropriate. Following the Leader, You Can Fly, You Can Fly, You Can Fly. Everybody Wants to Be a Cat, The Bare Necessities, I Want to Be Like You, The Circle of Life. I'm sure it's not the Elton John version, but I do like the Elton John version. Under the Sea, You Got a Friend in Me, and Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, fun for all the family. Or me, just in general. That's lovely. And the last Wii game which we've got in here, which I think I saw at the weekend, and this is Fun Park Party, which again I've never seen elsewhere, so apart from on when Scott showed it, and again at the weekend. So Fun Park Party, 40 thrilling minigame type things. So again, lots of those. So there. So yeah, we've got 3 Wii games and a PS2 game. That is really, really good. All stellar titles, with the exception of the Disney one, which is probably terrible. Yes, I did get that the wrong way around deliberately. So that's superb. I am chuffed with that. Right, what have we got here? Ooh, what is that? Star Wars. Yeah, we've got a Super Nintendo game here. Super Star Wars. So yeah, now I have actually got that. I've got a boxed copy of it up there. Just I bought that in last year. I didn't know. Did I ask for that? Has Scott sent me this as a gift? He's done enough for me with that already. But yeah, so Super Star Wars. That's a great game. If you've not got a copy of that, it's a brilliant game. I know where there might be a spare copy going. If anybody's interested in doing a swap or something, but yeah, it's just a fantastic, terribly difficult games, but fantastic, aren't they? Absolutely fantastic. Ooh, now it's all, in the words of Celine Dion, it's all coming back to me now. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is a Super Nintendo American to European converter, which I think will allow me, if I'm very, very careful, and if I don't even know how it works, but I'm pretty sure you put a European cartridge in there which recognises it. That goes in the top of the old Super Nintendo. You put a European cartridge in there, and then you put an American cartridge in there, and because it's got the European cartridge plugged in, it recognises that, and it'll play the American one. Answers on a postcard if I'm completely wrong, but I remember sitting there thinking when he did show this off, I thought, oh, I could do with one of those, because I ain't bothered about getting box Super Nintendo games, but, you know, American cartridges are quite easy to find on eBay and not too expensive either. So, but yeah, if you want to play a foreign version on your system, that's a sort of bit of kit that you needed. Look at that. I mean, it's just giant. I mean, the Master System, the Master Gear converter for the, if you plug into the top of the Game Gear to play Master System games on, is stupid. But yeah, this great hulking piece of plastic. But yeah, that's brilliant. I do remember asking for that now. And it says here, oh, it plays Japanese games as well, does it? Allows Japanese and American games to work in, oh brilliant, so I can play Japanese games. Oh well, that may open up a complete new avenue of collecting. That's great. I knew I'd asked for that, but I wasn't quite sure what it did. Now I know. And a copy of Star Wars as well, which is brilliant. We've got some Amstrad stuff here as well, which I'll just do now, because this actually came out of the last, God, I scored them. This actually came out of the last swap shop. Last swap shop? Or the swap shop before? Not the last one, the one before that. Yes, that was it, the one before that. And again, it's just some sort of Amstrad stuff that Scott found. I have, for those of you who saw a short I did a couple of weeks ago, I have acquired an Amstrad. I will be doing a bit more of another video, which is probably the video that should have predated the pickups video I did this week and this one, but it is coming and it'll be in there as well. So I've got some Amstrad stuff which is to go here, which again is great. So I've got a few Amstrad games, but now I've got some more. And these are mostly cover tapes. So we've got the Amstrad Action Pack, which we can see what's on there, but it looks like a Graphic Adventure Creator, Southern Bell, Page Master Plus, all the quality software here, and Extended Basic for 464 owners. Southern Bell is a complete game. Always wanted to be a train driver, well, now's your chance. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, I love cover tapes. Got loads of those now on the Spectrum. Got loads of those on the Amiga as well, so that's even good. Here's another one for you. Another Amstrad Action Pack tape. What we got on this one? We've got Turtles 2: The Coin-Op playable demo. Now that's interesting. That's interesting. Terror of the Deep, a complete game. Sweevo's World, the complete game, which I think cropped up an awful lot on Spectrum cover tapes, because I've got that on one I picked up recently. And a complete drum kit program as well. Isn't that great? I would show you the back, just there's nothing on the back. So, but yeah, playable demo of Turtles, the Coin-Op, which only ever made it to the Amiga and the Commodore 64, I think. It didn't make it anywhere else. We know how much money we all put into that game, don't we? So there's another Action Pack. What's this one? Doesn't actually give you a number, does it? It just says Action Pack, which is all rather worrying. Focus, okay, may not the focus. So playable demo of Hero Quest, Technician Tell, the complete game, playable demo of 3D Construction Kit, and Dev Pack, the complete program. What is Dev Pack? Oh, it's a machine code assembler. Wow. And it's Technician Ted, not Technician Tel, Technician Ted. Another Amstrad action pack tape. It's got Total Recall, which if you've seen my recent Commodore 64 video, I've been playing that one. Hydro Fall, also a complete game. Dizzy, another Dizzy version. I think I've got Dizzy now on all 3 systems. All 3 8-bit systems. There you go, Dave. And a toolbox. A toolbox typewriter and tape disc transfer. There's a lot of that going on in those days. You could sort of transfer your tape stuff to disc for Amstrad. Or the other way around, disc to tape, I can't remember, one of the two. The one that says Switchblade on that one, which is a playable demo. A playable demo of Mega Phoenix. Future Night complete game, that's a bit of a classic Future Night if I remember. And Bulldozer, a complete game. So, yeah, lovely. So, I love getting these. You can get these are not expensive to pick up on eBay. Please don't think that, you know, I'm getting something, you know, these are hard to find at all. They are just so plentiful, but there's so many good things on there, you know, lots of playable demos, lots of complete games on there, and some utilities as well. So we've got playable demo here of Turrican 2, which again, if you saw my recent Commodore video. Thunder Jaws, I don't think I remember Thunder Jaws, I think it was something else. Might be wrong, I don't know. Mars Sport, a complete game, and Zref, the complete program. So you're getting stuff. And finally, wouldn't be Monopoly. It is Monopoly. We've got a version of Monopoly on the Amstrad. So there we go. So I've got some more Amstrad games from my collection, which is slowly but surely starting to build. Thank you very much to Scott for those as well. We're giving a big thank you at the end of this. And then we come to the Spectrum stuff. This is where it all gets rather exciting. What have we got here? So we've got a big box Jack the Nipper. Ever seen a Jack the Nipper game? If you haven't, I'm not sure entirely how to describe it to you. Oh, it's got the manual as well. I thought it was a little comic book, sorry. But there it is. And it's sort of like this sort of baby character who's a bit sort of a, what's the word, a rogue. Sort of like Dennis the Menace. But yeah, it's really, it's 2 games I think came out in the series. And it was very, very popular at the time. It got very good reviews as well. Oh, I've been after this for ages. This is Yabba Dabba Doo, which is a Flintstones game on the Spectrum. I think Jay's Manchild reviewed a couple of Flintstones games on his channel a couple of weeks back, and this was one of them. There's 2 Flintstones games that I've played, sorry, that I know of, which was, I think there was the one on the NES, and there's the dreadful one on the Amiga and whatever, that horrible game by Grand Slam. This one came out before there, which I didn't know existed. It is a bug bite game, which is generally not particularly good, but I don't think Jay's Manchild thought this was that bad. But I don't think it's meant to be tremendously good, but I have been looking, I thought, oh, I never heard of that one before, it might be a bit rare. Oh man, one of the worst football games ever. Peter Beardsley's International Football. If you never heard of Peter Beardsley, he was a footballer who looked a bit like, what's it, well he'd had some, you know, some sort of accident, very, very sort of, that's all fair, isn't it really? He wasn't a pin-up poster person, to put it mildly. But he played for Newcastle and Liverpool and England. But this game I had on the Amiga, and it is absolutely a horrible game. It really is. And I don't think it's any better on any other system. But yeah, it's a rotten game. It came out in 1988, I think around the time of the European Championships. Oh, man. Rotten game. Right. So, the rest. If you like your hit squads, you're in for a bit of a treat, because these are the ones I think I bought off Scott and agreed to buy off him. And I'm not going to tell you how much. I think actually, to be fair, that was part of the deal. I think possibly the rest of it, some of the others may be part of the deal. I can't quite remember. But I agreed to buy these off him, and I know he's got some more, so I'm going to see what I've got here. but I'll go elsewhere. I'm not collecting Hit Squad. I really don't want to start collecting Hit Squad. I don't want to fall down that rabbit hole, but there is such an attraction to that label, there really is. But there's some games in here that I haven't got for the Spectrum, which I wanted. Just games in general I wanted. Just wanted these. I just wanted games. And they all look in absolutely fantastic condition as well. I mean, Scott's a collector. He looks after. You can see the stuff. You can see how he looks after it. He's just brilliant. So let's try and whiz through these quickly as possible. I don't want to hold you up any further. APB, All Points Bulletin, which was a really underrated game, I think. Arcade conversion, originally by Dono, I think. And you sort of play the policeman who's going to go around and catch criminals, but it's really sort of, in the arcade it was a really sort of strange system with sort of like driving, got a big steering wheel on it, but you had to sort of like, I don't know, to kind of track or point where the criminal was and sort of lock on to him, and it was difficult. I never played the home version, briefly played the arcade version, couldn't work out what the hell was going on. But there's also a really fun bit where you interrogate, you catch the guy and you have to interrogate him by waggling the joystick. Yeah. What's a joystick? I know. I'm talking to people, I know what I'm talking about. Don't tell me about joysticks at the moment anyway. Oh yes, one of my favourite games, New Zealand Story. I love this. I had this on the Amiga, played a bit on the Commodore 64. I absolutely love this game. Wow. One of my favourites. It really, and that is such an underrated. And people talk about Bubble Bobble and Rainbow Islands, and you know, they forget about this one. This was right up there with them. Right up there with them. Oh man, I'm chuffed to get that one. What have we got here? Ooh, this one's a bit of a classic on the Spectrum. This is The Great Escape. Yep, so, Tim Smythe. That's a note in there for that one. But yeah, I think this one is again an isometric game. I've got a version of The Great Escape on the Xbox. Really fun little game, that one. But yeah, that one's a bit of a classic on the old Spectrum. Man, this is great. And this year I wanted to get more 8-bit stuff than I had done before. This is just absolutely fantastic. Now here we've got Batman the Movie. Now I know I got a loose copy of this a few weeks ago from Feed Me Chicken. But as I said before, it's always good to have a couple of copies around. Just in case one doesn't work. Because when you know, let's be honest with you folks, if you're into this sort of tape stuff, loading games up, it's not always reliable. You know, whether it's your hardware that's failing or whether it's the software that's failing, one of the two. So it's always worth having a spare of these hanging around. So I shall tell you that. And again, what a great game that I played that to death on the Amiga. Finished it so many times over and over again, but such a good game. Okay, Crazy Cars. Not overly crazy about Crazy Cars. Not one of my favourite games. Really don't like that one at all. Really not a big fan of Crazy Cars in the slightest, but do I buy games to play them? Sometimes, not always. Here's another classic for you, Afterburner. Ah man, what a great game that is. Might not be a great game on the Spectrum, but I don't know. It's can't be any worse than the Commodore 64 version. But again, I got picked up Afterburner on the Master System earlier on. Late last year. I can't remember what year it is now, where we all this locking down and coming out and whatever and going back in again. But yeah, I picked that up on the Master System not long before the last lockdown. Now I've got this on the Commodore 64. There is gameplay of this on my channel somewhere. This is Quartet, which was a 4-player arcade game, which is generally very much a forgotten game nowadays. The Commodore 64 version wasn't great. Be interesting to see how this plays, but yeah, I mean that's just most people wouldn't really sort of recognise that one now. But yeah, what a nice little game that one. This one's very common on the 64. I played it on the Amiga as well, and this is Batman the Caped Crusader. It's got 2 games, and that one against the Joker, one against the Penguin. If you do like, there's a lot of Batman here. But yeah, that's a quality little game, that one. I think there's another one in here, that one. Or was there? I don't know. I think when Scott originally showed these off, I went sort of through what he got, and then I went through what I got, and I thought, I don't need all of them. And I'm sort of beginning to think now, perhaps I should have taken them all, instead of being a tight arse and sort of saying, well, I don't really want those, I've already got them, sort of, I don't want to pay that for it. But anyway, Enduro Racer, terrible game on the Commodore 64, but I understand this is probably one of the better versions. Was it about the Spectrum that did better racers than the Commodore 64? It really did. But yeah, another great, it's been great classic arcade games. I don't think I ever played this. It's the Tengen game, Vindicators. Remember here, I've heard about it, but I don't think I've ever actually played it. But yeah, stunning graphics and quality action. Well, they always say that, don't you? You're competing for your £3 in your pocket on a Sunday morning, your pocket money day or whatever it was. That's the sort of thing that would sort of entice you in. Now again, another game with some gameplay on my channel, and I like this game. I actually think it's a bit of a hoot. This game, Shaolin's Road. Again, I think I always get confused with Yi Kung Fu. They're two completely different games. But yeah, I do like Shaolin's Road on the Commodore 64, so I'm going to look forward to playing that one as well. Yeah, I've got this game on Big Game. Al gave me this copy on the Mega Drive, and this is Super Hang-On. Just banging out classic after classic after classic here. Oh man, this is just great. I can't even remember what I bought, so I'm just picking these up and going through them and thinking, wow, this is fantastic. Top Gun. Not sure that's meant to be any good, that one. I think it's a bit of a lame duck, that one, but I'm sure it sold plenty of copies because it was Top Gun. Oh yeah, again, I played this on the Commodore Corner for their first episode. Dreadful game, but on the Spectrum it's not all that bad, in all fairness, from what I know, and it's Chase HQ. Wow, really happy to have that one. Again, that's a game I've gamed from my youth, played in the arcade a couple of times, played it on the Amiga, had it on the Amiga, didn't think it was great on the Amiga. The game I always get confused with the other one, Rygar. It's Rastan. I always get these two games confused. I have no idea they're two completely different games. I know. I'm a moron. That's not broken, that one. It's only Top Gun, don't worry. It's only Top Gun. See, I said this the other night on a live stream I did. It wouldn't be the same if I didn't knock something over or break something. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, it's Rambo First Blood Part 2. Again, absolute classic on the... Again, a lot of these games I've played on the Commodore 64, I've had on the Commodore 64, played on other systems, primarily. Again, there's a gameplay of Rambo on my channel. Years ago. Daddy Thompson's Olympic Challenge, which is the one you always see in the hit squad, which is really sort of is Super Test. I don't know why. Every single hit squad seller I see on eBay who's got like 4 or 5 hit squads to sell, has always got a copy of Super Test in there. Of which I've got Decathlon so many times, actually. Dayton's Decathlon so many times. I think I've got this one, Curiosity, yeah. Cause I think it's hard driving. The Spectrum tries to do 3D polygon graphic racing driving game. In fact, on any system, this was a terrible idea. Really was. I mean, I think a lot of people like the arcade because of the polygon graphics, but generally speaking, they're into a lot there in that game at all, and trying to convert that to the 8-bits, and even the 16-bit versions are pretty rotten as well. Navy Moves. Now, that's not a game I've played anything of. Well, that's a good one. It's a platformer, I think. Or am I thinking of Navy Seals? I'm thinking of Navy Seals, aren't I? Navy Moves. What's this one then? Original and challenging, the game with the highest quality, Crash Magazine. Stunning action at a budget price. Oh, it's a coin up. Oh, so it's an arcade game. Oh, okay. I don't know that one. What have we got here? Zybots. I remember that was, if without looking at the back of the cover, which I'm not, and I can't see from next to my eyesight's terrible, I think this was sort of like 3D type shooting game. Yes, it was. Yeah, it's sort of like, there's a map there top corner by my finger, and then down here there's some sort of like 3D playing area. But I never played it. I remember it didn't get great reviews at the time. So now this one, World Series Baseball, which I think on some other, not the Spectrum, I could be wrong, but I think on some of the other ones it tends to go a little bit more expensive. I think it's not hard to find, but I think it might be one of the more difficult, more expensive ones to track down. You know, a few quid or something like that. I mean, some of these it's got to go for bonkers money, don't they? Those people trying to collect them will realise what I'm talking about. Those people like me who aren't, just buying random hit squads. IK Plus, I'll leave that sentence hanging. IK Plus, which is again fantastically good fun. Loved it on the Amiga, loved it on the Commodore 64. How will it play on the Spectrum? I don't know. We'll have to find out one day. I may play all these. Some of them. A couple of them. Rampage. I hope Rob's watching. I like Rampage. I don't think it's ever really had its justice done home-wise, especially on the early conversions. But it's all right. We've got 3 left. Now I had this on the Amiga, and I was beginning to think this was a bit of an underappreciated and forgotten classic, but a lot of people do have fond memories of this game and do rate it. And it's tubing, which is basically you sit in a giant tyre and float down a river without being eaten by a monkey, squashed by a crocodile, have stuff thrown at you, get caught in fishermen's lines. Actually, it's a really good game, but I think at the time it got a reputation for being a pretty uninspiring arcade game, and therefore when the conversions came out of the home system, they weren't bad. They just weren't anything special because the original source material wasn't all that great. I never played this at all. The Real Ghostbusters. There we go. The Real Ghostbusters. Which I think, I'm pretty sure it was a different game when it got reskinned into an arcade game. I'm pretty sure of that. That's like the potted history of it, but I don't know the history to it because I don't think it was initially meant to be a game based around that. It was the Ghostbusters thing was sort of tacked onto it. And then the last game I got in here, which is great because I did get this game a few months back, and although it had got, I think, the original box, it was actually a copy. Somebody had gone to it was a loose game. It was a loose tape, that was it. And somebody had gone to the trouble of making a very good label for it, with the publisher's name on it and all that. It looked really good. But over time, obviously the glue had sort of gone. So after sort of holding it a few times, the paper sort of came away in my hand, and I realised I was holding a blank tape. Somebody had copied the game on and made a very nice label. But so I'm quite pleased to get an actual copy now of Target Renegade. It's not a bad game to finish on, that one. This, of course, is the sequel to an arcade game, but this only came out in the home systems. On the home systems, there was no actual Renegade was the original game converted. There was no actual Target Renegade arcade game. This was a straight to home sequel, and possibly much well, I know possibly, certainly way better than the original. And that's it. There we go. I mean, it's been brilliantly packaged. There's so much. So what have you got? One. Oh man, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. So there's what, 14, 20, 28, 26 Hit Squad games there, which is probably double my collection of Hit Squad games. Some Amstrad stuff which we showed you earlier, which was, I'll probably drop this again if I try to be careful. We've got the Amstrad stuff there as well. There's obviously the cracking European, American, Japanese converter copy of Star Wars. Great. We've got some Wii stuff, and that PlayStation 2 Disney sing along as well. I'm a card-carrying member of the Sega Zombie. I'm going to take that. Let's see it in its full glory, shall we? Let's just let's take it out. Well, man, oh yeah, oh nice Fruit of the Loom, nice quality. Look at that. There we go. I think I might get into that. Look at that, isn't it superb? I'm gonna love wearing that around. Do I wear it to work tomorrow or not? If I, oh, it's got that treated smell to it. Do I wear it to work tomorrow, or do I wear it game hunting on Saturday? Oh, the choices. Wow, but yeah, I mean, that's a really nice quality T-shirt as well. Oh man, that's brilliant. And what can I say? I mean, what can I say? I'm so undeserving of this YouTube King of the Community award. I really am. Thank you so much for thinking so highly of me to send me this. It really is something very, very special. And it's not for me. It's not for me, because if it wasn't for everybody out there who has subscribed and liked and commented and sort of got in contact with me through one way or the other, you've watched the podcast, you've listened to the podcast, you've watched me on somebody else's live stream making a mess of it, you've clicked on my videos, you've watched the different stuff I've done, everything that I've done. You sat here and watched me go through every single one of them bloody games. You may not have done, but some of you have. Without you guys and girls and everybody out there, without your support, without your interaction, without your notifications and things like that, and just the whole community thing, that's the word of it, without you lot, this wouldn't be here. Dainster wouldn't have had it, Mark wouldn't have thought about creating it for Dainster wouldn't have thought about passing it on to Scott. We wouldn't have YouTuber of the month, we wouldn't have YouTuber of the year, we wouldn't have anything like that without people out there supporting it. So I am deeply honoured, I'm deeply touched, and it's going to sit on my shelf, and when the time is right, as the letter says, I will pass this on to the next deserving recipient of it. Until then, you may now refer to me as King. I'm only joking. Are you joking? You don't have to do that. If you'd like to do that, that's great. Probably with the word twat after it as well. But no, I mean it's just fantastic, and that's brilliant. And it's more so that I love doing this. I like everybody else, I have my ups and my downs with this. And ups and downs in life, ups and downs with YouTube, and putting these things out and creating content and wondering what you lot are going to want to watch and all that. It's not easy sometimes to do it. Sometimes it's dead easy. And I love doing it. It's probably the one thing in my life that I've actually sort of got into and stuck with and have carried on. And it does sort of take over a little bit. I'm always thinking about ideas and things and what to do, and always thinking of things in my head walking around, or if I'm driving to work, I'm sitting in the car driving to work, I'm thinking about videos and ideas and things. So it's great. I love doing it, and if nobody watched, I'd probably still love doing it. I'd be a bit disappointed. I wouldn't lie to you, but that is just, sort of says to me that enough people like what I do. Alternatively, if you think I'm one of them, then there we go, we have evidence. So, Scott, thank you again. That's it, guys. Thank you very much indeed for tuning in. If you have enjoyed that, don't forget to do that thing there, which I never get right. The 90s again, isn't it? Yeah, please drop me a like. If you love what you're seeing, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment as well. Love to interact with people, love comments, so if you do leave me something, I'll try and get back to you as best I can. In the meantime, do take care, people. Thank you so much indeed again. Scott, Jade, thank you so much indeed for this. This is a great honour, and hopefully I won't what's the word, tarnish the crown, as it were. Until the next time, everybody, take care. This is the Retro Bear. Bye for now.